Hare Krishna, everyone. Then with Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining on the first day of Kartik today. I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you. We will glorify the month of Kartik. It's very difficult to cover it today in next 45 minutes or so. So we may do another session tomorrow evening if you're available. If not, then next Sunday. But if you're available, then let's meet again tomorrow about 5:30 and we can cover the rest of it. The reason this month is important is because there are so many festivals, so many important days that happen, and we should know about them so that when the day comes, we can be in proper consciousness and we can celebrate it with the right mindset. And we can do some extra things, extra spiritual activities in this month to get extra credits. But let me start some prayers and then we will go into the glorification of this month. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadkamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Satam Sajivan Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारणे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानंद माधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरं गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So actually Namita Mataji is going to talk about the glories of this month for some time. So Mataji, I give it over to you. Please share something, whatever you understand, you've learned, you've practiced, you've heard, please share.
Okay. Danvat Pranam, everybody. And Natasha Mataji, feel free to, wherever, if you want to add or, say a few things, feel free to, do it, please.
Sure, yes.
And again, please accept my humble obeisances, everybody. And if, I have a very limited knowledge, don't know much about it, but whatever I've learned, I'll try to share. As Mataji said earlier, Kartik month, it's just so much to talk about this that it's not easy to cover in few minutes, and it takes a long time to cover about Kartik month. So with my understanding, Kartik month is like the most sacred and religious month for us. It is a holy month where we pray to Lord Damodar Krishna for our well-being, and this month is very, very dear to Radharani, and that's why it's very dear to Lord Krishna also, because it's so dear to this Radharani. Radharani is the deciding deity for Kartik month. Radharani's other name is Kartika, and I think that's where the Kartik word is coming from. Anything we do in this month, like whatever you do, any spiritual activity which you do this month, it yields thousands and thousands of lifetime benefits. So you need, so the different things, we can get up early in the morning, probably try to get up and bathe before the sun rises, and try to chant extra rounds. I know we chant 16 rounds of mala, but anything extra you can do. This is like a sale period. Kartik month, I always think about, like, Thanksgiving may do Black Friday, right? So it's something very similar to that. It's whole month. Like Black Friday is for one day, एक weekend का होता है, पर Kartik month is a whole month. So it's like the sale period. The more you do it, the more benefit you can get out of it. Anything extra you do it, like any chanting you can do. So the more, try to do more chanting during this month, even if it's one more round of chanting. And reading Bhagavatam yields so many benefits. Gita, read your Bhagavad Gita. If you're reading one shloka every day, try to read 2 shlokas that day. Anything extra, just remember, this is you're entering the sale. As soon as Kartik starts, you're entering into your Black Friday sale. So try to do anything extra. Read scriptures. Listen to your senior devotees, more association for devotees. Do try to do that. Go to religious dham. Going to Vrindavan during this Kartik month is supposed to be so beneficial. Like my mom, she is going to, I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow, she leaves for Vrindavan for 2-3 days. And so again, it's supposed to be so beneficial. Kitne janm ke, so for thousands and thousands of years of benefits you get by visiting these dhams. So go to holy places. We can go to the Vrindavan, but we can think about Vrindavan. We can be thinking about, oh, we are in Vrindavan and we're singing this Gopi Geet. So just think about that you are in Vrindavan. And do more and more association of devotees, just like we did our book distribution yesterday. So try to be involved with more of these scripture active, most religious activities. Eat prasadam more and more. Offer everything to Lord Damodar first before you eat it. So more and more prasadam, those are the things we need to be doing these days. And you offer ghee lamb. And as we said, singing Damodar Ashtakam, that is the best thing you can do. Offer your ghee lamp in the evening and sing Damodar Ashtakam. That is the best thing you can do. Listen to Gopi Geet. Sing Gopi Geet and try to involve more everybody in your family. Try to get together in the evening and everybody offer the ghee lamp and sing Damodar Ashtakam. That is the best thing you can do. And it's only a month. The more you do it, the more benefit you're getting out of it. So if we can take care of the Thanksgiving sale, Black Friday, we can do this, right? We look for every year, okay, jab Black Friday aega, we're going to get this, right? So the same way, we should be looking for this Kartik month. As soon as Kartik month comes, we need to be taking care of this. We need to be doing this to get all our benefits. Get the most benefit out of you. It's up to you. We have been provided with this month, and the more you get out of it, the better it is. So let me just tell you a little bit more about it. It's also known as the Damodar month because the Damodar Leela happens during this month. So it's also called as the Damodar month. So how I'd understand is Kartik, right? So the first letter is the K. So K means Kripa, mercy of Lord Damodar, mercy of Radharani. The second letter is the A. A is austerity. R is the third letter, which is the relishable. The more we can get the relish. The more you relish it, everything you relish it. Singing Gopi Geet, get relish. You eat prasadam, relish that prasadam. Listen to devotees, relish that. Everything, all the scriptures, the Gita, Bhagavatam, read it and relish it. The more we relish it, the more benefit we're getting out of it. T is treat to mind. Again, you're treating your mind. Everything you listen, you're treating your mind. You're getting purified. You are getting back to Godhead. You're getting more closer and closer to getting back to Godhead. This is what we need to do. So treating your mind with the right thing. I is in service to Radha and Krishna. That's what we are trying to do, is getting more and more closer to Radharani and Lord Krishna. So the more and more service we can do. And then the K is Kevala Bhakti. Their bhakti is everything. And another thing is this month is full of Bhakta Vatsalya. We all know about different Vatsalya, and this month is full of Bhakta Vatsalya. And there's a lot of things which happen during this month. As we said, it's very easy to do this month because there's so many activities happening in this month. Yeah, like yesterday we had Sharad Purnima, right? So Sharad Purnima, the Ras Leela, Gopi Geet happens during that Sharad Purnima. So the different things, let me just tell you a little bit about what the different things happen during this month. And again, I'm very ignorant, so please, pardon me. But again, a very important celebration everybody knows about, Diwali happens during the month of Kartik. That's the day when Lord Ram comes back to his kingdom. So it's celebrated as Diwali. Then we have Govardhan Puja. Govardhan Leela happens during this month, where Lord Krishna saved us from lifted the Govardhan Parva during that day. So that happens during this month. And then we have appearance day for Narottam Das Thakur, which is coming up. And then another appearance day for Radha Vrinda is coming up. And Virabhadra appearance day also is coming up. And for the disappearance day, we have Vasudev Ghosh and Srila Prabhupada disappearance day comes up during this month. It's very, very, very important. Bahula Ashtami is during this month. And again, Gopa Ashtami, which happened when Lord Krishna was 6 years old. That happens during this month. And then Tulsi Vivaah. Tulsi is given so much importance for Kartik. We always remember Tulsi Mata, but for Kartik month, it is so out of so much importance. Make sure you light a deepak, a ghee deepak every day in front of Tulsi. Take 4 parikrama is so important for Tulsi Mata. So Tulsi Vivaah, a lot of people, we do Tulsi Vivaah during this month. So if you think about it, there's so many things happening during this month. So even for every day, if we keep that mindset of just remembering those days, it is so easy to do more and more extra things for this month. So again, just remember those days. And there's so much to talk about each days, like Govardhan Leela, we can talk about all day. Bahula Ashtami, Gopa Ashtami, we can talk so much about it. And during coming classes, we're going to be talking about all those things. But again, because of so many things happening during this month, it's very easy to just get so much extra benefit out of it by just remembering and doing one extra thing during this month. So again, as I said, so that's my understanding for this is just make sure it's like a sale period, just get more and more benefit out of it. It's a very sacred religious month. And Damodar Ashtakam, when you do the Damodar Ashtakam, when you're offering the ghee lamb, there's a certain way to do it. When you offer the ghee lamb, you rotate with the, you know how with the in the front of Damodar, you put the diya clockwise during 4 times on his feet, 2 times on his stomach, 3 times on his face, and then 7 times around his whole body. Just think about just the more, like I can stress about like how much, whatever is in your heart, just pour everything out. The more, itni bhakti, like people cry sometimes when you read that, when you sing that Damodar Ashtakam, you're crying, you let it flow, let it flow. The more bhakti you get, the more benefit you're getting out of it. So again, that song is very, Damodar Ashtakam is very dear to my heart. And again, this month is a very sacred month. It's very dear to my heart. Don't know much about it, but whatever I've learned from senior devotees, from Natasha Mataji, I try to do it. So please, get the most benefit out of it. There's nothing like this sacred month, like Kartik month or Damodar month. Hari Bol.
Very bold. Thank you, Mataji. You covered all the crux of the matter. So thank you so much. Wonderful. Really appreciate. If anybody else also in future classes wants to talk about, present some topic, please let me know and you should prepare and talk, please. So yes, just like Namita Mataji said, this month is like a blockbuster sale. It's like a Black Friday sale. Hoti hai na? So, Krishna is so merciful. He has he has given us so many opportunities to connect with him, to go back to him, to relish him, to earn some spiritual credits in this miserable life. The life is otherwise very dry. You go to work and you earn some money, and then you spend that money on your family or yourself for sense gratification. You buy some stuff, and that's it. It's a very such a waste of human life to just do all that repeatedly day after day, and then it does not matter in the eternity, because you're an eternal soul. So you did not make any difference in your journey towards Godhead by doing all that. You wasted your human life if that's all you're doing, and that's all you're concerned with: the eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. That's what animals also do. But in human body, we are given opportunities, we are given intelligence, we are given emotions, we are given mind, we are given a consciousness with which we should try to connect to the divine. We should try to connect to the source, our source, where we have come from. Try to ask these questions of self-realization. Who am I? Where did I come from? What is my relationship with God? Where do I have to go next? We're always seeing what is your 5-year plan? Everybody's asking in job interviews, what is your 5-year plan? What is your 10-year plan? You go to a holiday and you have everything planned out. This is where I'm going to stay. This is my travel to the place and travel back from that place. I'll book my train and I'll book my bus and my Uber and everything. So everything is planned out very well in even for this short span of time. But then when we talk about after death, okay, what do you want to do after death? People don't know. They have no clue. They don't know what, because you did not die. As we understand the very preliminary knowledge of self-realization, Bhagavad Gita says that, Krishna says that you are not this body, so you are not going to die. Nobody can touch you. You are the soul. You're just going to move on. So this body that you're currently occupying, it'll be like an empty building. You knock, nobody in the building. After death, the building has been vacated. The resident has left. So the actual resident has left. So the resident of the building needs to have some plan on where he wants to go next. What building does he want to occupy next? What is his next journey? The resident is, if the whole time he's just concerned with this building only, he does not know where to go next, then that's a very poor planning on his part. So we need to know where we are going next, what we need to do next. And people are not concerned with that at all. They're just catering to the to this building only. Um, and so Krishna gives us many opportunities to connect with him on regular months. He gives us Ekadashi, because we have no attachment to his names. He has given us his names to connect with him in this life. As a human, you can chant. A dog cannot chant, a cat cannot chant, cockroach cannot chant, caterpillar cannot chant, plant cannot chant. So but as a human, you can chant his names and you can connect with him through his names. Every single religion, authentic religion, puts so much stress on Lord's names. And we have been given these names, but we're taking it so cheaply. We have no taste for them. We don't want to chant them. We are very bored. Our mind is going everywhere when we are chanting. So Krishna gives us these extra days in regular months. He gives us Ekadashi. Okay, you cannot chant. You have no taste for me. You have no connection with me. You don't feel like pleasing me, connecting with me. Then at least on Ekadashi, chant a little and I will give you extra credit. It's like somebody says, a bank says, if you put $1 today, I will give you $1,000 at the end of this month. So you will say, okay, this is a very nice investment planning. I'll put $1 in and I'll get you get $1,000 back. This is wonderful. So not much effort on my part. So Krishna gives us such opportunities where we do not have to make too much effort and we make incredible uh, gains. We make incredible profit. So that is a day of Ekadashi, for example, on regular months. But then Krishna says, okay, why don't I'm so merciful. He's so merciful that I'd give you more opportunity. I will give you a whole month, which is much more beneficial than Ekadashi. So if on an Ekadashi, you were getting X number of credits for chanting, let's say one name of Ram was giving you X number of credits on a regular day. On Ekadashi day, it was giving you 1000x of credits. Now, in the month of Kartik, every day he's saying, I'm giving you 100,000x of credits for that one name of Ram. So it will be very foolish on our part to let go of that opportunity and not chant. So we should actually increase our chanting and chant more. So if you're on regular days, you were doing, let's say 1 round, you should do 2. If you were doing 2, you should do 4. If you're doing 4, you should do 6. So you should do more because you're getting so much more back. So my bank told me that this month, if you put $100, we will give you 1 million back. Wouldn't I put that $100 in? Yes, it will be very foolish of me. And this is a bank with guaranteed return, because Krishna is such a bank who never makes any errors, because he's absolute truth. He's Param Satya. So he knows everything. He cannot make any mistake. He's not error prone like us. To err is human, right? To err is human, not divine. So divine does not make any mistakes. Divine is not error prone like us. Divine does not have any fallacies, any problems, mistakes. It's us that make mistakes. So if he has promised, then it will come true. So this is that month where you do a certain number and you get millions of times more credit, and on every day of this month. So that's what Namita Mataji was saying, that she thinks of this as a Black Friday sale where you get much more. So let's start investing from today. Today is the first day. That's why I wanted to cover this glories of Kartik month. Let's start investing today, increase our chanting, increase all the spiritual activities. There are 9 limbs of devotional service, starting from hearing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Sakhyam, Atmanivednam, Padsevanam. Like that, there are 9 limbs. So the best that are given to us is Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Archanam, and Vandanam. These 5 we can easily do. That's what she's saying. So start hearing more, start chanting more, start Kirtan. Kirtan meaning do prayers more. So glorify the Lord more. So sit in front of your deities and dance for them, or pray to them. And what is the best way to pray? Offer a lamp and offer Damodar Ashtakam Aarti. What is described in our scriptures, what is described by our teachers, is that we should offer a ghee lamp every evening. If you can do twice a day in the morning and evening, perfect. If you can do just once a day in the evening, gather your family and with everybody, sing Damodar Ashtakam in front of Lord Damodar, Yashoda Damodar. So the point of offering lamp and prayers, it's very important actually to understand why we do certain things in this path of Krishna consciousness that we are following. That is the beauty of this path, that everything is explained very nicely. Why are we doing something? Why am I offering a lamp? So Krishna has given us everything. He has given us these eyes with which we can see. He has given us so much light. If there was no light, we could not see with these eyes, and then he gave us these eyes with which we can see. And and he has given us this body which is made of these 5 material elements. So by doing this certain rituals like Aarti, for example, you're offering a lamp and incense, maybe some tulsi leaves or bhoga. You're paying obeisances with your body, and you're singing with your mouth. You're playing some kartal or ghanti with your hand. Like that, you're offering little bit of all material elements back to the Lord. You're offering the light in the form of the lamp, because I cannot compare to all the light that has been given to me, all the good things with which I can perceive this world. I can hear, I can see, I can taste, I can smell, I can touch. All these things Krishna has given us without asking anything back in return. So if you can show some gesture of giving something back in return, something that belongs to him already anyways, but I just give a drop of that back to you in return. It's like Ganga mein jate hain log nahane, and what do? They take a little bit of anjali full of palm full of Ganga water and pour it back in Ganga. Because we cannot give Ganga anything that she does not have. All we can give her is just a few drops of her own water back. So what do? You just lift it and put it back in. That's all. I do not have anything of my own anyways. So I'll just give you what you gave me, a little bit of that back. Like a parent gives every thing to the child. He gives them food. He gives them, a father is giving education. He's maintaining him. He's maintaining his health, giving him clothes, sending him to school, everything. But then on father's birthday, the child wants to make him happy. So with the same pocket money that he gets from father, he saves just a little bit and gives him a flower, gives him a card, gives him something in return to show his love, right? So like that, you're just giving a little bit of lamp, a little bit of light with the ghee that his cows gave, the lamp made from the earth that Krishna gave, the wick made from the same cotton that he gave. I did not grow any of this. I did not make any of this. I have no capability to make the ghee or the lamp or the wick. I am using all the elements that he gave me, and then I'm offering a little bit of the fire that he gave back to him to show a gesture, to show my love to him, and simultaneously sing Damodar Ashtakam prayers, which are glorifying the Leela, which means that I'm immersing myself in that beautiful pastime of Damodar Leela that happened this month. So that's the act of giving that lamp, offering that lamp that we should do. And with your body, pay obeisances, because what is the use of this body if it cannot bend down in front of the Lord, bend down in front of your teachers, and bend down in front of your seniors and parents and everybody that has nurtured and cared for you. So that's the mood of using your body and everything that Krishna gives as an instrument in Lord service. So let's talk a little bit about Damodar Leela, because tomorrow Mataji mentioned many important dates that are coming up. Of those dates, Sharad Purnima is already gone yesterday. Next thing that is coming on November 5th is the appearance day of Radha Kund. Radha Kund has a very glorious, it's the most important, highest destination of spiritual world for us. And we will talk about that next time. But that's coming up on November 5th. November 12th is Deepavali, and Deepavali is the day that Damodar Leela happened. So I will talk about Damodar Leela after this. Then the next day after Deepavali comes Govardhan Puja, when Krishna was 7 years old. That's when Govardhan Puja happened, when Govardhan Leela happened, when he lifted Govardhan on his little finger of the left hand. Then November 16th is Prabhupada's disappearance day. And then comes November 20th, Gopashtami. Gopashtami is when Krishna is now old enough. He's not a little kid. He's not 5 years anymore. He's not a little kid taking out calves. Rather, he's taking out cows now. So when he grows up and takes out cows instead of calves, that day, that first day when he takes out the cows, is celebrated as Gopashtami. And it has many beautiful, it has important relation with our traditions. Like Gopashtami day, Radharani wanted to see Krishna taking out the cows. So she also mingled. She dressed up as a Gopa. So that day, Radharani in all the temples is dressed up as Gopa when Gopashtami is celebrated. That's the only day when you can see Radharani's feet actually. Because you know Radharani wears these long dresses, long skirts, so you cannot see her feet. But that's the only day you can see her feet because she's dressed as a Gopa. Unless of course there is Abhishek going on, then you can see her feet. But typically you can't see her feet in the DT pictures. We always see Krishna's feet. But Gopashtami day, you can see her feet. Then November 23rd to 26th is Bhishma Panchak. So we have to talk about that also. But let's only talk about Damodar Leela today. So Damodar Leela is why we call this month Damodar month. Damodar means Dam plus Udar. In Sanskrit, when you do Sandhi Viched, Damodar becomes Dam plus Udar. Dam means rope. Dam bandhan hota na, rope is Dam. Udar means pate, like waist. So when the person that was tied at his waist by a rope is called Damodar. And this Damodar Leela happened on the day of Deepavali in Yashoda Maya and Nand Maharaj's house. It is, he was about 2 to 3 years old, close to 3 years old at that time when this happened. And it was the day of Diwali, and it was very busy that day. It was very hectic in that house that day because some very special guests were coming. Does anyone know who was coming that day?
Wasn't Radharani's parents were coming that day? Is it that?
No, Mataji. Who else?
Oh.
Any other guess? That day, Mother Kunti was coming with her 5 sons. So she was coming to visit Yashoda Maya and Nand Maharaj that day. You know, they're related. So she was coming. She's related to Krishna as his Bua. So they were coming to visit that day, and it was very hectic in that house because they were preparing for Diwali and for the arrival of the guests. So they were making many things, kheer and butter, ghee, yogurt, many things were being made. And Mother Yashoda was churning. She was making yogurt or butter, and she was churning the butter. Okay. So when she was churning, this Leela is so beautiful that every single incident of this Leela is glorious. It has some instructional message for us. So when she was churning like this, her bells were tinkling. Imagine, it was a very beautiful scene, and she's singing. Anytime, you know, gopis are doing anything, elder gopis, younger gopis, gopas, the older men, whenever they do any services, when they're taking out their cows, whatever they're doing, they're always singing Krishna's leelas. Because whatever Krishna does, killing a demon or just playing with his friends, everything becomes a song. Everything becomes like they start singing about it. Krishna moves his eyes like this. he raises his eyebrows, he gets into a fight with somebody, anything that he does becomes a song. So Brajvasis sing that song for a while until Krishna does the next thing. So that's what they keep singing when they do their work. So in this way, they're completely immersed in Krishna's thoughts. And that is the mood of man manabhav mad bhakta, right? Always constantly think of me. So they're always thinking of him whenever they're doing anything. Uh, they make a song. When he kills a demon, they make a song and then they sing that song until he kills the next demon or until he does the next pastime. So that way, Mother Yashoda was also completely immersed in her thoughts when she was churning this yogurt and just thinking of Krishna, and her bangles are tinkling like little tinkle bell sounds are coming, and she's singing very sweetly. And suddenly, Krishna, who was sleeping, he woke up. He is rubbing his eyes and he started walking towards Mother Yashoda. He was very hungry and he was breastfeeding, and so he sat on her lap because he wanted to drink the milk. So he sat on her lap and she stopped what she was doing and started feeding him. So but then as she was feeding him, I'm going a little fast because I want to cover the whole Leela. When she was feeding him, she suddenly heard a sound come, like fizz, fizz, as a sound was coming. And she thought, what is this? And then suddenly she realized, oh no, I had put the milk to boil and the milk is boiling. And this milk will go to waste if it boiled over and it'll get spoiled. So you would think, so Mother Yashoda is such a great devotee. Why does she need to care about the milk? Forget the milk, just feed Krishna. This is you. She's in Vatsalya Bhav. She wouldn't care about the milk. She would just feed Krishna. But actually, this milk was very, very unique type of milk because Nand Maharaj is the king of Braja. He is the owner of all the cows there. He has. Can anybody guess how many cows he has? How many cows are quoted typically that Nand Maharaja has? He has 9 lakh cows, okay? 900,000 cows. So in those cows, there is a few handful of cows that are called Padmanab. No, Padmanab. Let me see. They are called Padmaganda cows. Yeah, they're called Padmaganda cows. Now their milk, they give milk very rarely and their milk is very precious. So this milk was the milk of Padmaganda cows. And this milk was boiling on the stove when Mother Yashoda heard it boil over. So she could not let this go to waste because this was going to become kheer for the guests that were coming that night. And she did not want it to go to waste. So she put Krishna aside and she ran over to attend to the milk. So then Krishna became very upset and started crying very loudly because he was suddenly deprived of the milk that he was being fed because Mother Yashoda went to attend something else. So this is also an instructional point for us that when we get distracted in our service to Krishna, when we get deviated by various material attachments that we have, then Krishna is not pleased. He gets upset. And so we have to be careful that when we are engaged in some services, we should be very focused and should not get distracted. But that is one instructional point from there. But anyways, so Krishna started crying very loudly and he's rubbing his face. And then he got so upset that he started, it's described, he started with his teeth, he pressed his lower lip. ऐसे करके जोर से रोने लगे, दांत भींच भींच के रोते हैं ना, दांत भींच के रोने लगे. So that is, in that it is described that lips are red in color. Krishna's lips are red in color. They describe mode of passion, mode rajogun, and white teeth describe are indicative of mode of goodness, satogun. So whenever we are very upset, we should always control our mode of passion with mode of goodness. We should always, जैसे दांत से lips को दबा लेते हैं, ऐसे with teeth, he was pressing on his lips. That is how mode of passion should be suppressed with mode of goodness. So that is another instruction given. That with each point, there is many, many instructions. I will not bore you with too many instructions. I'll go more into the story. So the main thing is that he was crying very loudly and got upset and he broke that pot of yogurt that Mother Yashoda was churning. And after breaking that pot, he ran to the main supply room, where all the storeroom, where all the pots were hanging with various butter and other things in them. So pots were hanging from the ceiling with butter and stuff in them. And it was kept out of their reach because, you know, there are a lot of monkeys in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is practically completely run over by monkeys. And these monkeys, if you know, they are also none other than the Vanars that helped Lord Ram in his pastimes. Lord Ram had promised them that in this avatar, in this form of mine, you have helped me so much with my pastimes by building this setu and fighting in the battle against Ravan. You have helped me so much that when time comes, I will engage in many, many dear, friendly pastimes with you. So when he came as Krishna in Vrindavan, there were so many Vanars, and all those Vanars, he had so many pastimes. If you read the books that have Raj Leelas, they will describe the pastimes with monkeys. Actually, those books describe pastimes with the bees, bumblebees of Vrindavan, with the trees of Vrindavan, with Mother Yamuna, with various gopis, with the monkeys, with peacocks, with pigeons, the doves. All these pastimes are described in various books. But he had many pastimes with Vanars, with the monkeys. And so he started feeding. He climbed up and started feeding the butter to the monkeys. So in this way, he wasted all the butter that was stored in that storeroom. So now, on the other side, Mother Yashoda came after tending to the milk. She came and found that the yogurt pot that she was churning was completely broken, and there were little footprints in it. The footprints where Krishna had ran away. So the footprints she followed, the yogurt footprints, she followed to the storeroom where Krishna was busy feeding the monkeys. And she saw, oh no, this little rascal, he has broken all my pots and wasted all the butter and yogurt that we had made for the festival. And so she took a stick and started running after him. And this whole Leela is described in Damodar Ashtakam. She started running after him with the stick. You might have seen that picture. I'll show you the picture where she's running after. See, she was running after him because he had done this mischief with a stick in her hand. And the Damodar Ashtakam describes that he's crying very loudly. Rudantam muhur netram yugmam rejantam, right? He's crying very loudly. His eyes are red. He's very, very afraid of Mother Yashoda, and he's running very fast. But Mother Yashoda is taller, so she's running even faster. So she was able to catch hold of him. And once she caught hold of him, she decided to punish him. So there was a wooden mortar sitting there. You know, mortar is the one where you churn with the rope. So that mortar, hold on, give me 1 second. So where you churn, right, that mortar, she decided to tie him to that mortar, wooden mortar. So now Krishna had let him catch her. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Ishwar, Maheshwar. He is the Param Paramatma, Purushottam, Bhagwan. How can he be caught by somebody like Mother Yashoda, who's a devotee? So in this regard, it is explained that if you run after Krishna and put your complete effort in catching Krishna, if you make your own effort, because it is described how when Mother Yashoda was running, she was perspiring so bad, sweating so bad. The flowers in her hair had fallen out. The flowers in her hair had fallen out. Her dupatta was falling away, and she was huffing and puffing, running after him because Krishna could not be caught. She made so much effort. So, like that, in our life also, we have to make so much effort in trying to catch Krishna, to bring him in our life. We have to make effort. Unless we make effort, we think that Krishna will just is so easy, so cheap that you will just anybody can get him. That's not true. You have to put some effort. Once you show some effort, because Krishna will not force us to love him. But if you show that you love him, if you make an effort, you make some gestures to show that we love you, then only Krishna will reveal himself. Then only he will start coming towards us and give us realizations and reciprocate with us. Then only his reciprocation, you will see reciprocations happening in your life where Krishna will send you devotees that will give you the understanding. He will give you understanding of scriptures. Some people have read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, but they are not able to understand that until they hear them from devotees. Why? Because now actually you are getting the mercy of the devotees. You're actually getting the mercy of Krishna. So when Krishna decides to be caught, then he can be caught. But you have to make that initial effort. So then Krishna decided, okay, my mother has run enough after me. She's getting tired. I cannot see her like this. I will slow down. He slowed down and let her catch him. So Krishna allows you to catch him. It's not like by your own effort you can catch him. So you can run as fast as you want. Somebody can be very big tapasvi, sannyasi, but if they don't have love for him, if they don't want to really, really catch Krishna, and if they just want some mystic powers and some gyan, and they just want to show to the world that they're such a big gyani, then it's not going to work out. So it has to be a wanting love for Krishna that he would reveal himself. So he let himself be caught by her. And now came the task of tying him to the mortar. So she took a rope and started tying him. But every time she would tie, the rope wouldn't go around his waist. So she would put more length to the rope. She would take a bigger rope, or she would tie more rope to the first one. And she kept doing that, more and more rope. She kept adding more and more rope. But every time the rope was 2 finger short. Do angul choti reh jati thi. Every time it was 2 finger short. So in this way, many other gopis, her helpers also came. Okay, we will give you rope. You tie this rascal. He has destroyed all our yogurt and butter. You tie. Everybody brought their ropes. All the ropes were tied together, but nobody could tie it across his waist. It was always a little short. So finally, now it is this Leela at this point is described in 2-3 different ways. The most common understanding is that finally Krishna saw that everybody was getting very morose and tired and just really wanted to tie him. So he let himself be tied up by them. Again, the same concept that if you make an effort, Krishna will let you, will enter into your heart and never leave. So he will let you tie him. So he let Mother Yashoda and other gopis tie him like that to the mortar. Then this happens that so Mother Yashoda left. She said, she chastised him. Okay, you stand here. You cannot do any more mischief. You cannot run around. And now I'm going to go do my work. Now Krishna got restless after a little bit of being tied up. And he started dragging. He started walking with that mortar and trying to loosen himself like this. But he got stuck between the 2 trees. There were 2 very tall, very ancient, thousands of years old, ancient trees in Nand Maharaj's yard. They were Yamal trees. They're called Yamal Arjun trees. Very tall. Arjun trees are very tall. He got stuck between them. And he started rubbing his body between the 2 trees, trying to get free from the mortar. But in all this rubbing against the trees, the Supreme Personality is moving between the trees. Both the trees fell down with a huge crash on the ground. And when the 2 trees fell, who came out of the trees? Does anyone know? Who came out? I'll show you a picture. Yes. I'll show you the picture. So these were the sons of Nala Kuvera and Manigriva. These are the sons of Kuvera. They are the sons of Kuvera. Kuvera, who is the treasurer amongst the demigods. He has the function of being the treasurer. So these, sorry, where are they? Yeah, there. So this is Nal Kuvera and Manigriva. You see that they came out of the 2 trees. And Krishna was freed. Krishna was tied to this mortar that you see. Mortar fell down, and the trees also came down with a crash. And these 2 Gandharvas, they were Gandharvas. Gandharvas are these heavenly beings that live on some other planet. And they were cursed by Narad Muni to become the trees. You see, they were cursed by Narad Muni to become the trees one time because they had. So their story goes like this very quickly. In their past life, these 2 Gandharvas, who are the sons of Kuvera, Nal Kuvera and Manigriva, so they were bathing and with their wives in a pond. And they were sporting, they were playing, drinking, having a good time. And Narad Muni happened to walk from there. When Narad Muni came, Narad Muni is a brahmachari. He is sage. He's sages for all demigods. He's Dev Rishi. So if a rishi sannyasi comes, you should cover your body. Your body should be covered. You should have a very humble mood, and you should bow down and pay obeisances and respects like that. But the wives quickly hid themselves and covered their body. But the 2 sons of Kuvera, Nal Kuvera and Manigriva, they did not cover their body. So they were very impertinent, and they kept with their sporting behavior even in front of Narad Muni. They had no regard that a very senior, very knowledgeable, very austere person, devotee, has come into our midst, and we should cover our body and be, little sober and humble like that. So in this way, they did not behave properly. Their conduct was very poor. So Narad Muni cursed them to become trees. And the curse of trees is typically indicative of the fact that people that like to show off their body, that like to show off their body too much, naked or nude all the time, just like trees do not get to wear any clothes, they get the yoni, the species of the tree, who do not get to cover their body, and they can stand naked for years and years to come. So that's how Narad Muni cursed them, that you can, if you like to show your body, you can stand naked years and years to come and show your body for many years. But their wives requested Narad Muni to please be merciful. So he said, okay, then they will become trees in the courtyard of Nand Maharaj. So that one day Krishna, when he comes to perform his leelas in that courtyard, he will free them himself, and they will get their deliverance. Actually, they'll get delivered by Krishna himself. So this is how they got delivered. So this is the Leela of Damodar. And then, of course, when the Mother Yashoda and Nand Maharaj heard the crash of the trees that came tumbling down, they came running out, and Mother Yashoda quickly freed her son, and she was very worried about, oh my God, my Krishna could have been hurt by these trees falling, and why did I tie him like this? And she embraced him and kissed him and was very repentful. And Nand Maharaj was also very loving to Krishna, and so everybody forgot about him breaking the pots and everything. But this is the Damodar Leela. This is the Leela in which Krishna was tied by the efforts, by the devotion, by the Vatsalya Bhav of Mother Yashoda. This is a sweet exchange of Vatsalya Ras between Mother Yashoda and Krishna. So in this way, this is how the Leela goes, and this is the Leela that we sing in Damodar Ashtakam. This is the Yashoda Damodar that we glorify. Now somebody can ask you, you say, Mataji said this is the month of Radharani. So where is, in this Damodar month, where is the glories of Radharani? At what point in Damodar Leela did Radharani appear? Is there any understanding about that? Why is this month so dear to Radharani? She is the Adhishtatri Devi. She is the presiding deity of this month, Radharani. Why is that so? So in this month, I was telling you that at that point, the story deviates a little. It's when Mother Yashoda was tying Krishna and the rope was falling short, it is described that the news reached Barsana that they need rope or something to tie Krishna because nobody's able to tie. And so when Radharani heard, at that time, it's given, she came and she gave her hair tie. And with that hair tie, the ribbon of her hair, of her braid, Krishna allowed himself to be tied. Until then, he was not letting anybody tie him. Or it is described also, another understanding is given, that she was milking a cow, and the rope that ties the calf to the, cow to the, to her anchor, that rope was what Radharani sent over, and with that rope, Krishna allowed to be tied. So many understandings like that are given. These leelas happen many times. They happen eternally in the eternal spiritual sky, in the spiritual world, and in many planets. These leelas happen in a circular way. They keep happening. So it's not like that leela happened one time 5,000 years back and that's it. No, these leelas keep happening in multiple universes, multiple planets, in multiple times, even in the same planet. So they happen a little bit differently at different times. Our Vedic understanding is that the time is circular. It's not linear. Abrahamic understanding is time is linear. Our understanding is that time is circular. That's why the yugas repeat themselves. Kal Yuga, के बाद फिर से Satyuga, then Treta Yuga, then Dwapar Yuga will come again, then Kal Yuga will come again. Like that, it repeats itself. So leelas keep happening. So Lord Ram comes over and over, Krishna comes over and over, like that. Other understanding of Radharani's is that in Bhaum Vrindavan, in the Bhulok Vrindavan, Vrindavan on this earth, in this earth, when Krishna comes, this is Damodar Leela that happens. But in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna has been tied many times by gopis and by Radharani, because so it is described that once Krishna came very late for their sports or for their leelas, and so Radharani took her golden belt off her waist and tied him to the tree, that you can't go anywhere because you're always so late. We'll just keep you here. You have no chance to leave. So they tied him to the tree with the golden belt of Radharani, and that is also called Damodar. So in Golok Vrindavan, the name Damodar is given because of that Damodar Leela. So there are many understandings, but this is given that Radharani has many pastimes in Golok Vrindavan with Krishna, and whenever Krishna tries to apologize or charm her, she ties him up, or gopis ties him up, and henceforth, and Radharani told him that henceforth you will be called Damodar. So this is mentioned in many books like this. Okay, that's I think that's all I want to share for now. There are other things that happen in Damodar month, Kartik month. Just to give you an idea, churning of the ocean, Samudra Manthan Leela happens. That's why Lakshmi Puja and happens in this month. That's why Dhanteras comes in this month, because Dhanvantri came out of the ocean, brought that pot, and then that pot was carried by Mohini Murti to all the demigods and demons. So Mohini Murti and Kurma Avatar, these two are incarnations of the Lord that also come in this month. Killing of Keshi demon. So the last portion of Krishna's Vrindavan Leelas, if you remember, Keshi demon was the last demon that was killed by Krishna. So killing of Keshi demon happened. A few days later, Kamsa Maharaj sent Akrura to get Krishna and Balram. So coming of Akrura came to get Krishna. That happens in this month. Then Krishna and Balram went to Mathura and killed Kamsa. That also. So this 3 series of events, they happened one after another. Killing of Keshi demon, then Akrura came to get Krishna and Balram, and then they killed Kamsa. All this happens in this month, one after another. Killing of Vyomasura happens. Killing of Narkasura, when Krishna freed those 16,100 princesses that he later married. Though that happens in this month. Ambrish Maharaj pastime, where Ambrish Maharaj was cursed by, or not cursed, but was threatened by Durvasa Muni. That whole pastime, which is very beautiful. So all these things happen. Dhruv Maharaj did his, when he did his tapasya, was in this month, when Krishna or Vishnu gave him darshan in Madhuvan. All those things happen in this month. So this month is very glorious. It has so many important festivals. Diwali and Govardhan Puja are just one of them. Radha Kund appearance day, very important to us. Bhishma Panchak, the last 5 days. If you cannot do anything even in the month of Kartik, then Krishna says, okay, I will give you more bumper sale. And that's Bhishma Panchak, the last 5 days of Kartik. Tumne pura zindagi waste kar di, tumne pura Ekadashis waste kar di, tumne कार्तिक भी वेस्ट कर दिया, ठीक है, अब मैं तुमको भीष्म पंचक देता हूँ. भीष्म पंचक तो वेस्ट मत करो, do something more. So Bhishma Panchak is the time when Bhishma Pitama left his body, and also Prabhupada left his body in this month also. So we'll talk about all those going over the next month slowly, because all these things demand a lot of attention. But this was Damodar Leela, and thank you Namita Mataji also for sharing. I hope everybody will make some Kartik vows. So we should have some do's and some don'ts, some vidhi and some nishedh. So do's and don'ts. Do's hone chahiye, things that we will add in our life. Don't hona chahiye, something that we will cut out from our life. It can be something physical, or it can be something emotional that we will cut out from life. Physical meaning, like I'll not eat something that's harmful to me, that I know that, everybody knows what they're doing that's not good for them. So if you're, or it could be a habit, it could be, I will not play this game on my phone. It could be, I will not watch so much TV. I will only watch this much. It could be this particular show is addicting to me. I waste so much time on this. I will not do that. I scroll for so much on Facebook. I will not do that. It could be something physical like this. It could like a habit. It could be something related to diet. Like I'll not eat any sugar this month. I will not eat more than 2 chapatis in one meal, whatever. I will not eat more than 2 meals in a day. I will not eat my first meal until this time of the day. Something like that. Some sort of physical restriction can be there. Some kind of emotional restriction can be there. Like I'll get angry very easily. This month I will not get angry. I'll just tolerate. I get lusty, I get greedy, I cheat, I lie, I am critical of people, I blaspheme people, whatever you think you do, you can curtail that tendency for this month. So some don'ts, and then do's are more important. Like I will recite Damodar Ashtakam and offer ghee lamp every day. I will offer these many obeisances to my deities in the day, like 10 times, 5 times, 3 times, whatever number you can decide. I'll chant these many rounds. I will recite Gopi Geet every day. I'll recite Shad Goswami Ashtakam or some other Ashtakams, like you can decide 2, 3 things every day. Extra number of rounds, things like that. So everybody can come up with their own Kartik vow, and you don't have to tell anyone. You don't have to boast about it to anyone after finishing. You can share with someone just to keep accountability. With some senior, typically not in the mood of boasting, but in the mood of accountability, that I'm letting you know that will make me accountable to do these things religiously every day for this month. In that mood, you can share with someone, but not in the mood of boasting that, oh, I'm going to do this month, you watch. Not like that. But give me your blessings that I want to do this. I may be able to do this the whole month. You don't have to tell them if you were able to keep the vow or not, but you can share your intention, and then you get blessings, and you'll be able to carry on like that. So that's all I have to share. We'll stop here. Anybody else wants to share anything? Any vows they want to share for Kartik vows, or anything new they learned, any realizations, anything they want to speak on this month? Please go ahead and share something. Let's hear. Anamita Mataji, you want to share? And then I'm going to pick out everybody here in this meeting should say something. Hema Mataji, Hema Parmar Mataji, Rekha Mataji. If you're available, please share just one line each at least.
Just one thing real quick. The way you described Damodar Leela, that was the best thing. Like you can hear it all day long. It's the way you describe it. It just touched your heart. So thank you for describing the Damodar Leela so well. And that's exactly what Damodar Ashtakam is about. So thank you for doing that. That was just very well said.
Thank you, Mataji.
I would say I didn't know anything about this. I came late, but whatever I heard, I had not known anything about what you all talked. So I learned something today.
Very good. See, this is amazing. We are brought up in so-called Hindu tradition. And I did not know anything either, Mataji. That is amazing. So you see, this is the mercy of Prabhupada that we are getting all this understanding. That's why, people celebrate Diwali, but nobody worships Lord Ram or Sita that day. People are just busy worshipping Lakshmi Ganesh so that we can get good fortune and good luck. Bas. So this is the very unfortunate situation that we just worship Devi Devtas so that we can get good material advancements, but nobody. So Kali Mata would be worshipped so that all our this life, she's the jailer of this world, so that we can live happily in this jail. So we're making our circumstances very happy to live in this jail, but we are not doing anything to get out of the jail. So that's why we need to hear about this. I'm glad you learned something. Please make some Kartik vows. By mercy of Prabhupada, now that we have come into this knowledge, at least now we should start doing. And I will also start doing some extra this month. Who else wants to share? Hema Mataji, Hema Parmar, and Hemlata Mataji want to share.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, I've decided that I really like waking up early in the morning, and I like the early morning readings. So I have definitely decided to join every day, daily for this whole month, 5 o'clock reading of this Gopi Geet. And then in the evenings, I've decided to light a ghee lamp to Tulsi. It's 2 things I think I'm going to do.
Be bold. Very nice. Yes, Mataji. Tulsi Puja also is very much recommended in this month. Yes, Mataji, please offer it to, so Tulsi is a devotee, so you should offer to Lord first. So offer
Okay.
it to Lord and then you offer to Tulsi Maharani. So Tulsi Maharani's aarti is all, she will not accept anything that we've not offered to Lord. Just like devotees will not accept anything that's not first offered to Lord. She's a
Yes.
devotee, so you first offer the ghee lamp to the Lord and then give it to Tulsi Maharani.
Yes.
So, Hari Bol, very nice. Beautiful vows, Mataji. Hemlata Mataji, and is this Neelam Chandra or is this mom? And Raghu Prabhu, please, and my mom and dad are there. Anybody wants to share anything? Mama, would you like to share something? What are your vows for this month? Are you making any vows? And if not, then I have to get on you to make some vows. And mom, is that mom or is that Neelam Chandra? Would you like to unmute and please reply?
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Hare Krishna, mom. I did not know if you were you or we have another Neelam Chandra. If it was any vows
I
for
have
this month?
decided I will read at least 15 pages of Bhagavatam per day.
Hari Bol, very nice. What about offering lamp and Damodar Ashtakam?
That definitely I do. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Morning lamp we normally do offer, but evening lamp we'll start offering.
Yeah, and sing Damodar Ashtakam and put a little picture of Damodar. You can just put like even iPad Pay or print a little picture of Yashoda Damodar.
Okay, will do. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Raghu Prabhu, you're sharing?
Yeah, Jai Sri Krishna. This is all very new information to me, and I have learned a lot in today's session. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Yeah. To be honest, I was actually driving to work and I had two options. One was to attend this class or watch India play England in the cricket match. So for 30 seconds, my mind, a part of me said that, okay, let me go ahead and watch this World Cup match because it comes only once in 4 years. But then something told me I should not, waste my time in such trivial things, and maybe I should have higher goals. And there is so much to learn. So I decided to connect to Zoom and have learned a lot today. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol. This is wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you for sharing. That's not easy. That's not easy temptation to overcome. That's amazing that you did that. Because, we have good dog, bad dog, both in our head. Radhanath Maharaj says it depends on which dog you're feeding. If you feed the bad dog, that will become big and, eat you finally. The good dog will get starved. So rather, let's feed the good dog. So we have both demons and demons and angels. Both है ना symbol, एक angel है, एक devil है ना? So we have both within us. So we have both Duryodhan and Arjuna within us. So which one do you want to be? Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, I think everybody else may be busy, so we will stop for today. If you want, I'll finish the call. Please chant on your own. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. Vanchakaltarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Damodar Kartik Mas ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru Paranga.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, all devotees, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Vanchakaltarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.